Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Today I'm going to show you a really special unit. This is a 2025 Renegade XL. It was special ordered for my favorite customer, John. This is a bunk bed model, so it's the 45BBC. It's built on the Cascadia 126 chassis with a DT12 engine. That gives you 600 horsepower and 1,850 foot-pounds of torque. We have an Allison transmission and twin screws here, almost exactly 45 feet long. So I'm going to let you take a look around at this coach and I'll explain a little bit more of the details to you. We're going to have 120 gallons of diesel on board, 150 gallons of fresh water capacity. We've got a really huge tankless water system here. But one of the things that really sets this unit apart is the build quality and the extra touches that were added. So we've got heated tile floors, we've got hardwood cabinetry, soft close dovetail construction, quartz countertops, and genuine Italian leather furniture throughout, and bonded thermoplane windows. We can also tow 30,000 pounds with this guy. So the other great thing about this really well-built coach is that we've got a 12.5 Onan diesel generator, two 3,000 watt Victron inverters, four huge lithium batteries with 1,080 amp hours total, and two 2,000 watt, six 200 watt solar panels. So we're going to have lots of power, really great quality, and just an absolutely gorgeous coach. Again, this is a sold unit. Why would I show you a sold unit? Because most people that are buying a coach of this caliber are going to want a special order a little bit, and this one definitely does have some special tweaks done to it. This particular customer needs bunk beds, work from the road, needed an extra door. There were just some things that we changed, and Renegade is one of those companies. It's not that you can draw out exactly what you want, but you can definitely make some changes, and their engineering department is really, really good at that. So they are very accommodating as much as they can be. So the XL is the highest Renegade that you can buy at this time. The Icon has been put on pause for a while, and we don't know when that will be coming back into production, but this XL is absolutely gorgeous and has everything you could possibly need in a coach. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. We'll start looking around. You can see this has a really nice bright color scheme. If this isn't your preference, Renegade does give you options. So again, I said this is Italian leather. It's so soft and supple. This is going to last many, many years to come and still look beautiful. We do have a pull-out sleeper in this sofa as well, and this is going to be about a queen size once it's come out. Just know that you have extra sleeping. You can actually sleep 6 people in this coach if need be. And then, of course, overhead we've got lots of storage. Now, Renegade is known for their really well-constructed cabinetry. This is solid maple hardwood here, all the way throughout the coach. They also do these really nice hidden hinges that stand the test of time. And the reason that I say that is we get Renegades that have been traded in that are maybe 15, 20 years old. They might look a little bit outdated, but the build quality is unmatched. It's absolutely not a squeaky rattle trap going down the road. It actually holds, the cabinets can still close really nicely. It's just, they build it right from the get-go rather than having a coach you have to keep working on over and over again. Once again, this is porcelain tile floor. It is heated, and they use a residential style heat for that. It's a lot more frequent of a heater, meaning if you were to have a hot water line run through here, it would be very lots of distance between where each place is heated. So this is done much better. And then we'll move into the kitchen area. You can see we do have a Samsung flat screen TV here. This does pull out and adjust for wherever you're hoping to view it, and a Bose soundbar integrated. Now that's going to be the same in every TV that we see throughout the coach. Samsung flat screen, Bose soundbar. Moving into the kitchen, we've got really nice cabinets, and they do allow it to go much higher up than the cabinet looks like. We've got some manuals stored in here right now. And you'll see we have LED lights throughout and on the outside of the coach as well. Now, they've added some nice little extras to the kitchen sink area. Of course, it's a really beautiful faucet with a sprayer. And then we have a cutting board that's added onto here, and a place to drain your dishes, a strainer or colander already added here, and just a really nice deep stainless steel sink. Little place for your sponges and things, and then lots of storage underneath here. There's actually a subwoofer hidden under there as well. Not very kitcheny, but it'll make your sound nice. Now these are genuine quartz countertops, absolutely gorgeous. And then moving over here, we've got those dovetail soft close drawers. So we do have some of your remote controls in here. Don't get intimidated by this. We're going to teach you how to use every detail of this coach. But one thing I did want to point out here is that although we have manual day shades here, we have powered night shades. So when you want them all to go down, you just push a button, and these are all going to go down in the whole coach. So when it's time for bed, all you have to do is push this little button and it's going to go full dark. Now the cab is not included because it's a separate entity, but the house is all going to be this way. And then we've got a great place for silverware tucked away under there. You can see these handmade drawers, they're so nice and so stout, and of course soft close. Down here, just a couple more parts that you're going to need, but nice deep cabinet, and another one down here. And then over here we've got your really nice cutting boards that are doubling as the cover for your induction cooktop. So we've got 2 burners there. This is your Samsung convection microwave oven. So you can air fry in here as well as bake cookies, pizza, etc. And that's what that looks like in there. It's pretty good sized. And then more storage up above. This coach has particularly high ceilings. I believe they're 11 feet, so that does help add to the amount of storage that you're able to have in here. And some of it you're going to need a step stool to be able to reach, but yet another drawer. And then we've got kind of a tricky drawer down here. If you were to order this coach, you could special order this place to be your dishwasher, but this one we did not opt for that. This is for holding pots and pans or your cutting boards, things like that, however you want to do that. And I really was confused when I first saw this, like, what is this? Is it a pegboard game? I have no idea. Well, what it is to adjust the sizes of your pots and pans, things like that, to keep them from rattling around when you're going, you know, on a drive. So again, these are all adjustable, and kind of a clever idea, really. And then it has a nice little lock here that you can make sure it doesn't open when you're going around corners too fast. Okay, now this one, you're not going to be able to see how deep it is, but it is huge. I can't even imagine what you would store up there. I mean, if it was a regular kitchen, you could put all your cookie sheets up there, but it's so big and deep. I think you could even put bedding up there. Now, Renegade uses this as a lock for their fridge and freezer. It's very easy to use, obviously. You just slip it in and out, and that's going to keep these from flying open. This is not your standard refrigerator freezer for an XL. This had to be modified so that we could add a pocket door. but just so you know, this is what this one has here. You would have a smart, I'm not sure what they're called, but it's a smart refrigerator freezer, the ones that have basically an iPad or something on the front here, so you can, you know, make grocery lists there and things like that. But this particular one does not. Just know that that's what you would get otherwise. Moving over to the booth. This does not become a sleeper. This is solely a booth. And my customer that is purchasing this works on the road 3 out of the 4 weeks of the month. So it's very, very important to him to have chargers and outlets here, as well as cup holders, and to have a nice height to be able to type and things like that. So this was a very, very big deal to this customer of why he chose this coach. And it is a very comfortable booth, comfortable place to sit for hours on end. So that's just a testament to how well Renegade made this. But down here on either side of this booth, we do have these great pull-out storage places. Just a side note, he also optioned in this huge window, which I think is fantastic. You could have optioned in more cabinets up here if that was your preference. But boy, having this light in here is just lovely. All right, moving toward the hallway area, we have some space up here for storage. This one's a little bit deceptively shallow, but you could still put some things in there. This is where you're going to put the bulk of your items. So really nice full extension pull-out pantry drawers. And then we've got 4 of those there. And then down here we're going to have breaker boxes. So easy to access place. And then directly across we've got your washer and dryer. And these are nicely separated. The reason that I say nicely separated is that if one is spinning, it's not going to make a very loud vibration because it's by itself. A lot of companies put them one on top of the other and you get a lot of noise from them. So I prefer this setup. They also just seem more secure in here in their own little homes. All right, so this was that extra pocket door that we special ordered that made us have to get a smaller refrigerator. So just so you know, that's a possibility. And that was just to give privacy to the people who are using the living area versus the bunk room versus the master suite. So just so you know, that's what we have going on there. Moving back, we've got our bunk beds. These are 80 inches long, so more than long enough for full-size people to sleep here. We chose not to put TVs in here, although that is an option as well, but not necessary for this customer. We do have plugs on both bunks as well as lights and windows that open. Down below we have 3 of these really nice full extension drawers. And of course privacy curtains are already integrated in here, so when you've got people that are actually using this, these are going to be really nice for you or just want to hide your mess. Over here we've got some more storage to be used however you choose. But just every little bit counts. Of course these shelves are adjustable. And then, this is amazing, we've got a full bathroom right here for the bunk people. So we have a full size shower. Beautiful tile work done in there. There's an integrated seat that can be flipped down if you need to. Porcelain toilet with a push button flush. Also macerator already included in there. We have that quartz countertop and porcelain tile that's been hand grouted there. We also have a MaxxAir fan in here. And those covers are already included with this coach, just so you know. I'm going to step in and open those storage doors just so you can see what everything looks like in here. All right, come on over and take a peek. It's a little bit hard to get a camera and me in here, so that's what that looks like when it's all opened up. And then of course, medicine cabinet, and then another great place over here to store your toiletries and things. All right, so that is your first bath. All right, moving into the master suite, we have another one of these really nice pocket doors. Now these are heavy for what they are, which means they're going to keep sound out and help with things like that. They also go almost all the way to the floor, and a lot of coaches I see, there's probably 2 inches of space down there, and that's really not going to help with sound and things like that. This is really going to help, just for privacy's sake. All right, and then in here we have an RV king. We do have some storage above this, and that goes all the way across. There are no dividers in here, so you could put some longer items up here. We also have some buttons under here to control our lights, our generator, our fan, etc. And I'll just show you what the fan looks like. It's really nice. Most motorhome companies don't offer a bedroom ceiling fan, and I really like that. All of these windows are openable as well, so we can get a lot of that cross ventilation going through. And then on either side of the bed, we do have USB and USB-C and 110 outlet as well. Under the bed is where Renegade always puts your freshwater tanks. So we have 2 75-gallon water tanks under here, no storage whatsoever. So there's really nothing to see here, folks. Now this is going to be your closet area, and they do it a little bit different at Renegade, I have to say. I'm going to just open this up so you can get a peek at what's going on back here. This goes all the way through, but what a clever way to do your TV arrangement and your hanging shirts behind there. You of course have your Samsung TV again and your Bose soundbar, and then we have locks for this door so that it does not fly open when you're going down the road. We've got more storage down here, of course, and then these are nice pull-out drawers. Sorry about that. So we've got 3 drawers across. And then this one here is for your audio-visual equipment to be able to be read. They put glass there so that the remote can send the signal through there. It can pick up that signal for you. All right, and then moving into the master bathroom. This is probably my favorite part of this coach. I actually think they did such a good job. But we do have another pocket door for privacy. Another fantastic, or excuse me, Max Air is the brand of this fan. But check out the shower. I just think it is gorgeous. And it is tile. And then you have all of these great body sprayers. You're not gonna walk away from the shower dirty. And of course, another seat if you need that. We've got a really nice lit mirror here. Really nice sink here that's inlaid. Gives you a little bit more counter space that way. Another porcelain toilet with a push button flush. And then we have another drawer here. And one more spot for your toiletries. Lots of space in this coach. So we're going to walk back to the hall area. I'm going to show you one of the cooler features of this coach. We have what's called the Firefly system here. And this main panel right here, it's basically the brains of the coach, or the house portion. This can be hooked up to your phone, so there is a mobile app that you can do here. But in this screen, I can control all of my slides, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to start putting in these back slides. Oh, I didn't lock that right, obviously. Sorry about that. All right, and then we're going to bring in the bed slide as well. right, so the back is completely in travel mode at this point. I'm gonna show you a couple more things on this screen here, and then we can start putting in the front slide. But we do have our whole house lights here, so I can do each one individually, or I can do all on or all off, as well as rear and front. Right here I have my power system, so I have my auto gen start. You can set that for certain times, or if your air conditioning is at a certain temperature, it can kick on itself. You also can check on the strength of your batteries right now. Do we need to charge those up, etc. Here we have your thermostat, basically. Now we have 3 zones here, so we have 3 15,000 BTU air conditioning units. They each have their own heat pump, as well as our AquaHot system, which is that tankless water heater, is also going to be your furnace. So that is your providing the heat for the coach. And then we also have floor climate and bay climate, meaning you can heat those downstairs bays. We can turn on those max air fans. And let's see, what else do we have here? That's just that ceiling fan in the bedroom. And then we have our slide outs as well. So I'm going to let you take a peek at the front area while I bring in that front slide. There is only one slide in the front, and it is where the sofa and booth are, and boy is it zippy. It goes in so fast. So that's that. We are totally in travel mode at this point, and I want you to see that I have so much room to walk around back here. So I can easily get into this bathroom shower. I can take a nap here on the bunk beds. I can even get into the laundry and the pantry area really easily. I can sit here and do things on my computer at the booth and easily get into my refrigerator freezer. So I just want you to see that this is a very livable coach, even when you are parked at a place that you can't put your slides out, or just choose not to. Make sure we get that lock right back in. There we go. All right. So we're going to check out the cab area just very, very quickly. The reason being is that you can order this coach different ways, especially the engine, chassis, and transmission are all changeable on this. So this one, just the way it is, we've got your audio video equipment up here, or the ability to plug it in there rather. This is just your front cab lights switch. And then over here a little bit more of that audio video stuff, satellite, etc., Wi-Fi booster, things like that. Now in the cab we do have that Italian leather again. Now these are heated and cooled air ride seats. We also have your smart leveling system right here. Very, very easy to use, and the feet on these are extremely stout. Well, obviously we have a very large coach, so they need to be. But they come down, these feet come down, and it's awesome. Just hit auto level, they'll all come down, and then when you're done, all retract and power off. Very, very simple to use. Okay, let's light this up, and you can see some of the awesome details that are up here. This coach is made to tow. So we have lots and lots of cameras on here. They can keep an eye on whatever you're towing. You do have a camera hookup already for if you are towing a trailer, that can be hooked up to the trailer as well, so you can get a good look at that. We also have a camera system up here. This can basically work as a rear view mirror, or you can set it to be whatever you want, including a 360-degree camera view. It's not, there we go. So this is your 360 camera. You can do just one of each, just in front of you, just behind you, just sides of you, etc. So you can choose what you're looking at this screen here. We have another screen right here that is keeping an eye on my hitch, so I can see whatever I'm towing to make sure that that's still doing well. We have another really beautiful big screen here, and you can change what your gauges are looking like. We can also do our regen, things like that. We've also got a lot of great safety features in here, but again, I don't want to go into all of them because they're changeable and changing depending on how you order the unit. But this is your tire pressure monitoring system. And then we have a diagnostic there. That's going to come in quite handy as well. You also have navigation already built in. Most people are probably going to choose to use their phone, as we do have Bluetooth here, as well as Apple CarPlay, Samsung. You can put your programs into there as well. So very, very easy to do that. Bluetooth your media into there quite easily. And then up here, we obviously have your main screen. And let's see if I can get rid of that. Okay, so that's pretty much what that looks like. We still have stickers on here, and I'm going to leave them that way for John. But a really nice, beautiful look to this, and you can obviously change that, what you want to look at. This is your cruise control distance that you're going to have an alert for if you're getting too close, and some of those other safety features you can change or shut off completely. And then you have your phone system right here. Over here, just wipers. Here we have power for your mirrors, and this came in quite handy for me when I was moving this coach over here, that it just, I don't know if you can get a good picture of that, but boy, it moves really well for you, and it's not just that little one on the bottom. It's actually really helpful. And then you've got powered windows, powered locks. And this is one of my favorite things about Freightliner, is that they've put the transmission right here on the column for you. So when you're ready to drive, you just flip this up to drive, neutral, reverse. You can change it to manual or automatic by pushing that in or out. And then your engine brake is also integrated here. So you're going to have low, medium, high on your engine brake right there. So you don't have to look away and find that on a panel over here. It's just right here, and you can feel it really easily where you need to be. So I like that they added that. I feel like it's much, much safer. Okay, down here we already have a brake controller for whatever you're towing, integrated here, trailer brake, and then we've got some lights, utility, light test, footwell, automatic traction control, regen, engine, override, things like that, trailer air supply. This is going to be your parking brake, and again, if you're not familiar with this, we're going to teach you how to use it, so don't get hung up on this at all. It's all just a matter of learning how to use it. So you can see we have a couple other things here, suspension duct, differential lock, things like that. This is a twin screw, meaning we have a tag axle, but it actually drives as well. So that's going to give you a lot more power. That's why you have the differential lock there. But really comfortable cab here. We've got some storage up overhead on both sides. But the seat, boy, I tell you, I could sit in this for a long time, especially with that air conditioning and heating that's already integrated in here. These do turn around. So if you need a little bit more seating area when you're watching TV or hanging out at night, these can do that. All right, I think we're ready to take a peek outside. I did want to show you a very, very important feature that's right at this door well. We do have your battery disconnect, lights on and off, etc. But boy, they gave us so much extra storage right here. I'm just thinking, what can I put in here? Maybe leave a comment below if you can think of anything that you would store in this very large storage space. John and I were having a discussion about this and thinking, why would they even bother? But you tell me, why would they bother? All right, let's take a check of the outside. So for those of you that are very familiar with the XL, Classic, etc., Renegade, generally these are going to be solid colored, all white, all gray, which is absolutely stunning. However, we decided to mix it up a little bit, and we have a really nice paint pattern here. I love this because it's subtle, it's not too flashy, it's going to stand the test of time, and I sure like things that don't go out of style quickly because it's more bang for your buck. But that's just me. You do you. We can do a vibrant paint scheme for you, or an all white or all gray for you as well. We do have a touch code here for your door. So if you happen to forget your keys, you can get in easily by just putting in your code there. Outdoors, we do have another TV and soundbar. You can plug in your phone devices right there and play them through that if you choose to. One thing that you can't see that Renegade does is an undercoating. They do a really nice spray coating under the coach, as well as they do spray in a really nice liner into the bay doors, or basement I should call it. You also have a place to put some kind of a hose or anything like that if you needed to plug something in right there. And then there are plugins back there as well. Renegade, as well as being known for their really great cabinets, they are really known for their bay doors. These things close so nicely with these two attachments here. This is just a continuation of the one that we just looked at. It is a full pass-through there. You also have an air line here, so if you needed to air up bikes, tires, etc., that is what that hose sitting there is for. All right, here is your Aqua 600B. It's going to heat up your water and keep your coach warm through the winter time. It also is used for heating the basement, as we discussed earlier. All right, this is your twin screw. You go over mountain passes. Even better when you're towing something. And then here we have quite a deep storage. It doesn't go all the way through, but it goes through as far as they could get it to. You also have some slide locks if you choose to use those, and some extra tile pieces here. This is a receiver for your hitch, so you can change the size there. That's included. And this is where your vacuum is housed. So you do have a central vacuum in this coach. This is where you're going to change your bags. You can also hook up your hose right here and vacuum out the underneath of this coach, or your car that you're towing along. All right, back here we've got two separate pieces here, because most of your incidents, if you were to back into something, are going to happen down here. It's going to save you a lot of money at the repair shop if you do happen to have an incident. That's just something that Renegade does that's extra. You also can see we've got camera there, camera here, extra safety, and then your really hefty hitch here for 30,000 pounds towing. And then we have the place to put in your camera for your whatever you're towing, your trailer, and your 7-way pin there as well. All right, moving back. This is your 50-foot 50-amp cord with your transfer switch with surge protector. This is on an automatic rewind reel. So it's so awesome and simple to use this. You just push a button and that will wind that away for you, so you're not wrestling an anaconda every day. This is your 12,500 Cummins Onan quiet diesel generator. I couldn't get the door open earlier. I don't know if we need an adjustment or what, but that's what's back there. So forgive us. I promise it'll be fixed. And here we have your water bay. I like how they do this because this is not going to ever wear away. It's actually etched out of that. So you know exactly what everything is in here. We do have an exterior cable hookup if you happen to be at an RV park. We have a sprayer here that you can hook here. A whole house water filter. And power for your macerator system, which happens to be right there. This is your FlowJet macerator system, as well as these are going to be your black and gray tanks you'll see here and in the next one. So heated, but also insulated. And right. This is awesome. So these are your two 3,000 watt Victron inverters, your 4 lithium batteries that give you a total of 1,080 amp hours. And what you can't see on the roof, we have 6 of those 200 watt solar panels. So you are going to have plenty of power in this coach to keep everything going, including an air conditioner as you're going down the road. This is your starting battery for your engine. And that is about it. So your cab area, easy to get into here. There's a really nice grab handle here so that you can get in and out of here pretty securely. Your fuel tank fill and your DEF fill are going to be right here. DEF is 13 gallons, I believe, just so you know. And then we can take a look up here at the front. Again, this is a DD16 engine here, 600 horsepower, 1850 foot-pounds of torque. The beauty of this, I mean, for those of you who aren't into working on your own things, it just looks like a bunch of parts. But for those of you who do, you know that this is a beautiful thing. You can check all your levels, do your fluids, all right here quite easily. Very easy to pull this up. We'll take a peek at the other side as well. So yeah, you can see your air dryer right there, windshield wiper fluid. All of this is just super easy to access. That's going to save you money at the shop, especially if you do it yourself. But even just for them to have this much access is going to be an awesome, awesome thing. And then this, believe it or not, can be put away quite easily because it's got some shocks on it. So let's see if I can do it. Oh, maybe not today, but that's okay. If you wait a little bit more than me, this might be possible, but okay. Let's do a freeze frame of me trying to lift that. But anyway, if you're interested in a coach like this, I'd be happy to build one for you, answer any questions that you have. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and have a great rest of your day.